Right. She's not telling the truth, is what he's saying, and that he could no longer support her in that way.
And I go back, you have to give Quanell X some credibility in this case for just what we've seen happen in the last 12 hours. They're not even that long. Since late morning is what it seems like at this point.
A lot has happened just today. You
Yeah.
know, since 8:30 this morning, 9 o'clock.
So remains have been found of little Maleah Davis. Remains have been found. Brother Quanell X is the one that got the confession out of Darian Vince. This is gonna be it here. I'm gonna bring you guys this in a hot second. Let me listen to this first.
Down there this morning to talk to Darian, you know, after a month, and he may have tried before, I don't know, but he told us by phone about an hour ago that his adult daughter asked him last night, what's going on with Malia? What's happening with that little girl? Have they found her yet? And he got up this morning, he said, and he went down there. Now, he won't give details about how he got in there, why he talked, what he said to get Darian Vince to finally say something about this. At first, he said this morning during the press conference he had at about 11:45, he said,
so, little Maleah's body has been found. He dumped the body in Arkansas. Brother Quanell X, who is representing the mother, who should be charged, by the way, he stopped representing her because he knew she wasn't being truthful as he said it. I want you guys to listen to both. To the police that's talking about the update, and Brother Quanell X.
In the media. Oh, Lord. Everybody ready? Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
You can shoot. What's your questions?
Okay, what brought you here?
This morning I was able to meet with Mr. Vance, the stepfather of Maleah Davis, and we had a long conversation. We spoke about details surrounding Maleah's disappearance. We spoke about his relationship to Brittany. We spoke about his feelings about how he's been betrayed in the media. We talked about several things, but one thing he wanted to make clear to me was what happened to Malia was an accident. He says it was an accident, and he confessed to me where he dumped her body. And so Texas Equity Research will be coordinating those efforts to find Maleah's remains. Detectives now have the information that they need, but he told me it was an accident, and he confessed to me, yes.
And what did he say happened?
I don't want to go into that.
What can you say at this time?
All I can say to you is that he told me it was an accident, and that she is dead, and where he dumped her body.
And where's that?
It's in Arkansas.
It's in Arkansas?
Yes.
So what brought everybody here then specifically?
To talk about, to coordinate what happened and what took place. And
All right, I'm going to pause that. I want to go to the live stream.
identified the location of the body, which prosecutors, for a couple reasons, are pretty happy that happened.
Let's talk a little bit about, we were chatting a little while ago about the scene here that we have Highway 30 and how the reporter we had live from KSLA was describing to us as this is a ramp, sort of a turnaround, correct, to come back toward this direction. This is an area that is just, it's a ramp, basically, to the interstate.
I-30, exit 18, and said you would head towards Texarkana, and then at this ramp you would turn around and be headed back towards Houston. And
correct.
He said, as he described this, that this body, the remains here were found about 20 feet off the side of the road, but on the side of the road where you would have turned around and been headed back towards, to turn back and head towards, I think he said Little Rock, but back towards the Houston way.
Which is exactly what Quanell said he was told. It was right. It was in a black garbage bag right off
and it sounded
the highway.
Like he just took the drive and decided this is it. That it was not something that he had, it wasn't premeditated. He just took that drive. It sounds like between here and St. Louis, where his family's from, and this is just the location.
There was a line that reporter said, and my stomach just dropped. He said it was like it tossed out like trash.
Yep.
And it was quick and in a hurry, you could tell, and flipped around. And I go back to what we just talked about from last week, where investigators came back and said there's 10 hours that we don't know where Darian Vance was.
Exactly.
We have this story, we believe it's made up, it doesn't make any sense. And I think the general public knew within the hours after we heard
Let's talk about brother Quanell X. Quanell X did, at first, I was looking at Quanell X like, man, what are you doing? Because the mother was obviously guilty. But I think that Quanell X really played both of them. And he did what he was supposed to do to find out the remains. I don't think the police was going to get it out of him. Dude looked like a born killer. My thing is, man, a lot of blame is placed on the mother. How do you leave out of town with the man who you know was taking your daughter back home instead of taking her to school? You already suspected him of molesting your daughter. Dude already said she ain't letting you take her to the hospital. This case, man, as soon as I heard it, I knew dude did it. I knew the boyfriend did it, Darian Vince. I knew that prick did it, man. Soon as I heard it, dude tried to say that some Mexicans jacked him, but this is the real father. This is the real father here. And some people was jumping in my comments saying that the real father knew what was going on. I don't know about that. Right now, to me, that's speculation. If y'all in the chat room, let me know. I heard rumors that the real father, because the girl had her head skull cracked in the mother's care with the boyfriend. He probably was panicked just driving. The body is off the highway in Arkansas. They just found the body. They just found the body in Arkansas off the highway. Darian Vince confessed to Quanell X that he dumped the body off the highway and they just found it. I got a little girl, man. Ain't no way, no how, man. CPS needs to go down. Yeah, they do. They knew about this. When this little girl got her head cracked, wasn't no way that was an accident. Wasn't no way that was an accident. The mother definitely should go to jail. The mother for concealing a crime. The mother knew that man was touching that little girl. That's one. Two, she knew that the boyfriend, listen to brother Quanell X right here.
What they needed to know.
Did something happen here?
No, just no, not at all. No.
Where in Arkansas?
I don't want to get off into that. Can't say right now. But he told me exactly where it is in Arkansas, that he dumped the body in Arkansas. And he was very specific with the amount of distance and time. And when I was able to leave and look at everything up on my phone, he was to the point on distance and time.
Why
when did
Arkansas?
he?
Does he have family there?
I have no clue.
How did he get there? Did he travel in the vehicle in the Nissan
In
that
the
was
vehicle.
found?
It was in a car. He was in a car. He said that he pulled over in Arkansas, got out of the car, walked off the side of the road, and dumped her body off the side of the road.
Unreal. Let's see what they're saying.
I want to let everyone know, too, that we're standing by to take you to the top of our 6 o'clock news, and we'll give you our Maleah Davis coverage that our reporters in the field have been preparing all day, and then we'll be right back with you here on Digital. 6 o'clock news starts right now.
That little girl did not have to die. There was too much going on inside that house that child could have been saved.
Breaking news today in the Maleah Davis case. Arkansas deputies say human remains have been found in the search for 4-year-old Malia.
From jail, Darian Vince reportedly confessed to community activist Quanell X 3 major developments.
Ladies, please, men too, especially in the day and age now that we're doing more dating now.
As well as Houston police just held a news conference about the case. Lauren?
Yeah, Len, that conference just wrapped up here a few minutes ago. Probably the biggest thing to come out of this news conference is that they do expect murder charges to be brought against Darian Vince. As to when that will happen, they just don't know. And of course, with a murder charge will likely come a much higher bond. He also said that, yes, they do believe the remains found in Arkansas are those of little Maleah Davis. But he said they just can't confirm that right now. We asked as to when they could confirm that, when they think the DNA will come back from the coroner's office, and they're not sure about that yet right now either. But of course, this is certainly not the ending so many of us were hoping for in this case. Clearly, the officials talking at that podium were upset this afternoon. Go ahead and take a listen to what Mayor Sylvester Turner had to say.
And then I'm going to turn. Malia was everyone's child, and I underscore that.
My thing is this, all right, so fathers, if you do have a custody battle, you can go to court. There is a lot of stuff that you can do, far as with fathers, far as with mothers on seeing your child. Anytime that you do have a child that you got to visit, you must check them. Ask them what's going on. Ladies, how do you express to a 4-year-old, 5-year-old if somebody's touching you to report it? For you ladies, can y'all please chime in? Also, I can call Sister Donna. Are you on here? In fact, Sister Donna, I'm about to call you on Facebook. Donna is I think it's Donna. I'm about to call you right now. I hope you can talk. Donna Thrilling Stories. I am about to call you as we speak. I want you to come on here. Oh, dang, you know what? Donna, I'm about to call you right now. I think the Sister Brown. She was just on the live. Okay. Anyway, make sure you guys check out Donna's YouTube channel. She gives relationship advice. I want to get her relationship advice. How do you tell in a relationship advice? This is important because we're dealing with, if you have a child with someone, you're dealing with a big chance that you're just going to be visiting that child in today's society. How do you tell your child if somebody's touching you to report it? To tell the dad. Oh, wait, hold on, Donna, hold on. Hey, Donna, what's up? Oh, wait, hold on, Donna. Donna,
hey, Donna, oh, okay. Can you hear me? Am I on? Oh, okay. Let me turn down this over here. This whole thing is just really sad. This is totally horrible. You know, women out here, my opinion, I don't know the whole story. I got to find out some more about it. But ladies out here, you have to know your self-worth and this low self-esteem that these ladies out here having, dealing with a piece of crap like this for a man and letting some man come before your child.
Horrible.
This, you know what he's doing to your child. How would you leave a little girl alone with somebody like this? This is outrageous.
She went out of town. And left this man alone with this pedophile.
I don't understand. I don't understand these parents. How could you do something like this? This is just totally horrible. You know, the man is a piece of crap. She knew this, and she still. And then what they said the situation was, well, she basically was breaking up with him because she found that he was sending pictures to another guy. So this is your breakup with him?
Right. She didn't want to break up with him when he was whooping the child too hard. She didn't want to break up with him when he was molesting the child. But now when you find out he's sending penis pics to another man, and you out of town, and that's when you tell him, oh yeah, by the way, we're breaking up. You got my child. Come pick me up. That's insane. Don, I can't believe, what is going on. I mean, it's just sad all the way around. So what do you tell a child?
I know one thing. I always told my kids, well, they older now, but when they was little, I told them, you tell me everything. Everything. Even if it's the pastor, if you feel uncomfortable, you speak to me, you tell me. And I've always, when the dating scene and stuff, you always watch who you bring around your children. You see how they interact with their children. You see how they interact with their family, everybody. You have to watch everything. There's usually red flags in the dating scene, but a lot of people don't want to look at the red flags. They just want to sweep it up under the rug, but it's right there.
You know what? As a father, now as a new father, my daughter is 5. I peep stuff right away. I peep men. When I go out and I got my little girl, I peep what men are doing. I peep what I was on a plane and there was some creep just smiling and grinning and it was just creepy. And I peep pedophiles sitting around. There was a guy at the airport. He's trying to act like he's reading a book and he's looking above the book at this little girl. You gotta be able to peep everything once you're a father, once you're a mother, especially a boyfriend. That's who you watch the most.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to even leave this man, and then something else. Come on, man. You gotta have him pick you up in your car and then make it horrible to see. Once you have a child, you gotta make better decisions, people. On men and women. You gotta find better women, you gotta find better men. Because now you're dating for both of you guys, your child and your daughter. What do you think about that?
Exactly. You be careful who you bring around your children. That is so important. Males, females, all. You have sons, daughters, everybody. You have to be careful who you bring around your children. But a lot of people don't. You know, it's just a lot of times it's people just don't want to be by themselves. They want to sweep on the rug. This is not really happening. Get out of here. But my biggest thing is, I'm mad at everybody, but I'm really upset with CPS. What's that, Child Protective Service? I'm saying right? CPS? Why did they let that girl go back home? People need to get some heads rolled. The caseworker supervisor, that person supervisor, because when paperwork is handed, it got to go through a chain of command. Everybody has to see paperwork and they have to sign it. But see, everybody sits up in the office laughing and giggling, passing the paper to the next, just signing it, passing the next one, instead of reading the report and saying, hey, whoa, something's not right. We need to investigate that home. Let's pull this girl out of there quick. Put her in some foster care until we find out what's happening. What's going on with social service? Child Protective Service. What are they doing? Who is the caseworker? Who is the caseworker supervisor? Who is that supervisor? I want to know, because somebody should have stopped this. This little girl should be still alive. They had a chance to stop this.
This little girl head got busted until she a cracked skull. And then if I'm CPS, I want to know, ma'am, are you leaving this boyfriend alone with this little girl? Yes? Oh, no, you're not going back home. Then investigate him. I mean, this guy, why was he taking the little girl to daycare? Why wasn't she taking her own daughter? Why wasn't the father? Now, Donna, tell me, people were telling me the real father, there was, people were looking at him funny too. What do you think about the real father, which is him?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm just a little puzzled. Why am I saying it's puzzled? I'm not blaming him, whatever, but he doesn't talk much about it. You don't really hear him on the news. I don't know, maybe I'm missing it and stuff, but he's very quiet. I don't hear him on the news or out there helping the search. I don't know. With the fathers, it's really puzzling. But I know one thing was a red flag, definitely to me, was how come the grandmother stopped speaking, or how am I trying to say, why did Brittany's mother all of a sudden stop speaking to Brittany? And Brittany said it's because the mother I think she said something like the mothers want to be in the press or on the news and stuff. That was a red flag right there to let me know the mother, grandma, knows something and she doesn't want to be a part of this.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I don't care if it's my family member or not. You do something like that to a little girl, I take you myself, straight up. I think Cosby said, I brought you into this world, I would take you out. Ain't no way, no how. I would let a family member or anybody get away with it. Straight up. Jail is too easy. This man got off easy. Darian Vince got off too easy. This man should be tortured and taken out. Jail, this country is too soft. That ain't enough justice. Jail is too easy for this man. But shout out to brother Quanell X for getting the truth out, even though we already knew the truth. I'm hoping they seek charges against the mother. Neglect, child endangerment. I mean, you left out of town with this man in charge of your daughter, and why wasn't the child given to the real father? I want to know what the real father, what he did in this situation. Did he try to get his child? Was he trying to be there for his child? How come this man, who was a boyfriend, had this little girl so much?
Make a point. Is it Fifi? I hope I'm saying your name right. A great point. Grandma is guilty too, if not reporting that abuse and that hussy, I love it, Brittany, her before boyfriend knew. Exactly. Yeah, what's up with grandma? What's up with grandma?
Everybody, and you know what? We as a people, we gotta watch our neighbors. We gotta peep crazy stuff, strange stuff. We need to be more nosy. Because when you go into their neighborhoods, they watch you like a hawk. I think that we need to really just report strange things. In schools need to ask these kids what's going on. So, I want to know what's up with the real father. When was his visits? Was he asking the questions? Because if your daughter is being babysitted by some other man, you gotta ask these questions. Baby girl, has anybody touched your private parts? Has anybody touched these areas? What happened is, you gotta ask that. But I know the little girl is 4 and that's hard. But we live in a crazy world. I just don't know. I mean, what do you do in that situation?
Well, she's a little girl. The mother should know her little daughter's body. She should know what's to be going on. Okay? She bathed that little girl. She feeds the little girl. She dresses the little girl. She knows what's going on. This whole thing it's really sad. This should have never went. This little girl should be still alive because the CPS could have stopped this. They could have stopped this. This little girl could have been alive. They should have been doing their job. But everybody wants to sit up in the office, just get paid, laughing and giggling, not doing anything, and let the paperwork, he'll go to one table, that person signs, go to the next table, that person signs, and nobody's reading the paperwork.
Brittany, the mom should be going to jail. That was the worst case of neglect I have ever seen. One of them. I've done a lot of reports, and as soon as this case went out, as soon as I heard that the mother was, and I can't, and this is, I tell women in my community and all on this show, I talk to women who lay down with the man. He leaves. Then they go date the worst person on the planet with no crib car career, and he using her car to ride around. He at home with her kids, not working, not contributing to the bills, and just at home eating up all the kids' food, doing whatever he want with the kids, and the mother at work or out of town or something. Horrible. You know what? I just don't know what to say. I just don't. Honestly.
Ebony, I heard about that too. But Ebony, they were saying Darian was actually the one doing everything with the kids and cleaning, cooking, not Brittany. Yeah, I wonder what that's all about. What was it, the interview, I guess, of the father? His father, I think that's what you're talking about? When they interviewed, interviewed Vince's father, if I'm saying it right.
I heard that, that's what Darian Vince's father did an interview. And that's what Darian Vince's father was saying, that Darian Vince had the little girl most of the time and was doing the stuff around the house. He was laughing and had a good old time on Facebook Live. Wow. Just unbelievable. And the fact that she can get away with this. She's seen warning signs since day one and did nothing about it. Didn't even warn anybody. And I think, as far as with CPS, they had to coordinate something with the little girl to cover that up. The mother covered it up. I'm sure CPS asked a lot of questions. Why is the mother now coming with the allegations that he was beating this little girl? Why didn't you give that to CPS when they were investigating this? CPS had to be asking her these questions. I bet you she didn't give those CPS this information. She also knew that Darian Vince was not taking this girl to daycare and taking her back home. She didn't give CPS that info either. Then this little girl's head got cracked. It's just a mess. What do you think about that?
This I'm telling you, I'm just like, I'm sitting here just watching. I'm just like, this is flabbergated about this, because this is just horrible. Like I said, this CPS, it really bothers. I'm looking at Fifi's comment, time to change the CPS workers, people. We need march, right, calls, any and everyone to get a bill. You have a point. You have a great point there, Fifi. I hope I'm saying it right. I'm about baby.
I don't know. I'm so
Hold on, let me go to the let me see what they're saying.
Online and I mean, you may have questions about that. I don't know why that matters.
We've got him talking here. We've got this confession, and this is where it's led us.
He got in there and he was able to get some critical information that nobody.
And I didn't want to do that.
All right, hold on. I didn't bring you guys this.
I personally, I mean, I understand the question. I personally don't care why he was in there when there wasn't visiting hours. I mean,
but that just goes to show you so many people have so many questions. They just want to know everything they can know about this case.
He probably knew some. You know, he knows somebody at the jail, and he was able to get in there. Maybe I don't. You know, I mean. You know, I don't know, but it worked.
And we just showed you he's helped a lot of people come forward.
It's worth noting that Quanell X got this. He got this statement from Darian Vance this morning when police couldn't. I mean, that's no ding to the Houston Police Department. They have dedicated investigators, but he was able to. When this guy didn't want to talk to police, for some reason he decided to talk to. He decided to certainly start talking to Quanell.
Yeah, he builds this trust.
No matter how it happened, thank God that it did.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, we also want to let you know that we are following some news out of Virginia Beach, where we have 11 people were shot and killed, 6 people injured, and CBS is reporting that the suspect, the shooter, has been apprehended.
Okay, another mass shooter in Virginia. But anyway, wow, Brittany, she was on Facebook Live. Her and a couple friends did a Facebook Live a couple nights ago, and the group Brittany's friends made. Wow, what was she saying? Yeah, see, the mother is just, she has a 1-year-old by Darian, and the older son. Oh my God. Right, okay, so Darian Vince had another son. The oldest son is also Craig Davis. So they had a son. So this little girl, nobody protected her. You had grandmothers, grandfathers, I mean just on both sides. You had a real father. Nobody was able to protect this young girl. Donna, you still with me, right?
Yes, I'm still here.
Donna,
I just have on. I'm still here.
Tell us about your YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. Donna, Just Being Real. My channel is about relationships, dating, and motivation. Real talk about it. Check it out. You might like it. And if you do, subscribe. Read my about page. You can find out a lot about my channel. And also do a channel also dealing with narcissist awareness abuse, too. And that's why I've been so much following this story that's going on, because my opinion, the mother's a narcissist. She only think about herself. She doesn't care about anybody but herself. For her to do something like this and put her daughter in harm like this with this type of man, this demon, this demonic person that she was sleeping with and everything. This whole thing is just sad. I'm just like, it shouldn't have happened. CPS. I know I keep saying CPS, and I'm going to keep saying it, because what are they doing? This little girl could have been still alive.
So that's what it's called, a narcissist, when you only care about yourself?
Narcissistic people, it's not, some people look at it more like, oh, it's just a person who do a lot of selfies, a person who look in the mirror all the time, you know what I mean? No, they just evil, manipulative people. They just use people for their own selfish needs. It's what they can gain from you, whatever supply they can get from you. You can meet somebody who just basically use you for your money, or they can use you because you have status to get to a next level in life, or whatever. You can have narcissistic parents. You can have siblings. You can have your coworker, your employer, a pastor, which I had a pastor at a church. You know the story. But yeah. So basically, it's this type of people. It's just evil people who come into your life to cause havoc, and the ultimate goal is to destroy you.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at Darian Vince, I could tell just looking at this cat, dude was not. Donna, what's the name of your channel?
I have 2 channels. This one here, if you see, it's Donna Just Being Real. That's relationships and motivation. And my other channel is Narc, Sociopath, Abuse Clarity. I know it's kind of long, but that's my second channel. That's just dealing about narcissist abuse, sociopath, cluster B personality disorders. I didn't want to put them all on the same channel because it's like a little bit different. Not a little bit, it's a lot different.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Donna Just Being Real.
Uh-oh, he's messing with the computer, pulling things up. Uh-oh.
Okay, you guys, this is Donna's channel here. I want you guys to subscribe to Donna's channel. She gives relationship advice and what we all need. I'm definitely going to come on Donna's channel. Of course, I want to talk about relationships. I got some advice. I need some advice. Lord knows I need advice. But I think we all do, you know.
Everybody does.
You know, because, and I say this all the time, men are always right. I'm joking. But this is Donna's channel here. Make sure you guys send Donna your, they can send you their issues or get advice from you. And where can they send it to?
Oh, of course, yes you can. Just read my about page, and the about page will just, give description about the channel, see what is, if it's your kind of commentary, and also my email address is there, so you can email me and then go from there. Also, if you could pull up my other channel, if you could pull up Narc, Sociopath, Abuse Clarity, kind of long.
You can link it to your channel too over here. You can link it right over here.
I'm over here with the cell phone here, and I don't really know how to do it. My son on the computer. Wish I could do that one. I don't know how to do that. I'm not that computer savvy. I don't know if you can find it.
Yeah. So in this case, I think that so definitely send Donna your relationship, whether you know a case, whether you have a case. She'll do it anonymously. How do you do it exactly? When they send you, they just email you the advice they want to get.
Yeah, just basically you just email me if you have like a question or something you want to know, you want to put out the video, or if not, you just want to do coaching, keep it confidential. It's up to you. Or you can just send me a topic or something like you want me to discuss, but you don't want me to say your name. No problem. I'll just pull up and make a video on it. Whatever you want to do, it's on you.
Absolutely. Thank you, sister. I really appreciate you coming on and telling your opinion about this case. This case is just bananas.
And look at every little piece of how they found this scene. So it's absolutely cool that technology is out there with them to document this, and we're working to get Larry here with us as well. Larry,
yeah, like Google Earth, right?
Essentially, yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
All right, hey Larry, it's Russ, Brett, and Cheryl with you here. You're on our digital platforms right now, and
yeah. Russ, you're looking at Tim Miller in a pickup
Russ, you're
truck
looking
with
at
Houston
Tim
police
Miller in a
detectives.
pickup truck
They are
with Houston
just
police
leaving the scene
detectives.
here in
They are
Fulton,
just
Arkansas,
leaving
as
this
we
scene here in Fulton, Arkansas as we speak. That is why we're showing you that pickup truck here. We're going to pan back around so you can see me and I can talk and show you a little bit more about this scene where they have found human remains, as you know, that discovery here earlier today. Behind me, that is the Hempstead County, Arkansas Command Unit. This area has been cordoned off for several hours now. You know that by now. The Arkansas State Police, they are in possession of the remains of a child that was found here earlier today in a trash bag. If you look in front of that command post, it will be to your left, there are tripods in the road sort of at the corner. We understand several feet off the road there is where this bag was located. Now, it was found 3 days ago by a litter crew. Blood on the outside of that bag reported to a supervisor. Then today, when the sheriff here and his deputies began looking for signs of a child believed to be Maleah Davis here in this county, the sheriff sent deputies driving along the interstate near exit 30 up in Hope, Arkansas, which is a short drive north of where we are. Someone here spotted that bag. Authorities moved here, they put up the tape, they set this perimeter, and they took custody of that bag. But I do want to show you one thing, if we can, of the direction that Darian would have gotten to this area. This is right off the freeway. I'm going to walk here, pardon my crude steps here, but you can see that state trooper car there. That is the exit ramp from I-30 headed toward Little Rock. If you're coming from Houston and you get off here at this exit, that's where you would have come off. That is where, if Darian Vince did in fact come here, would have gotten off the freeway. He would have driven right back on what is an entrance ramp where I'm standing now that is now blocked off, and he would have pulled over and that bag would have been discarded there off the road to the corner. Again, the only confirmation that we have so far from authorities here is that it is the remains of a child. It is being tested to determine who that child might be.
So they're saying that, you know, they got to do DNA. That's so sad that this little girl, Tanya, what's going on? Tanya is also a YouTuber. I'm about to call her as well. I can have multiple people online on here. So Tanya, you up next. I hope you ready. I hope I spelled it right. Damn, bro. You know Tanya, have you seen Tanya on my show, haven't you?
Yes, I did. And how are you? Hi. Is she there?
No, she's not here yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm calling her now. Let's call Tanya, see what she thinks.
Hi.
What's up? Hold on. Let me get you on.
I'm going to type in the second channel. I can do that one.
Oh, yeah, pull up. Yeah. Give me a... Tanya, what's up? What's up, Tanya? How do you feel?
I'm good. I tuned in. I saw you were live, so I tuned in. I saw the titles that they found Maleah Davis.
Yes. Yeah, they did find her. What do you think about this particular issue?
I mean, I think we all knew that they were going to find the body eventually. I'm sure no one expected to find her alive. But, you know, this whole situation is just the issue. These women are having these babies that they don't want. And then I feel that, you know, these new abortion rules and everything they're trying to generate, cases like this is just going to increase. We're going to see more and more of this. For some reason, you know, in the Black community, and, you know, I know it's in other communities too. So when I speak about the Black community because that's my community and that's what I care about. I don't care what other people do. And, you know, we have to get it out of our head that children are blessings, because children are burdens. And if you cannot afford them and if you don't want them, then you shouldn't have them. And so, you know, the Black community is so damaged, and they have been damaged for generations now. And we refuse to see error in our ways. Like, we got to start telling our teenagers, having babies is hard. It's nothing fun about having a baby young and having to take care of a baby and all of the stress that comes along with that. And I'm at a loss for words. I just don't know.
All right, sorry, sister, I called you while you was over here eating. Sister, I just called. Hey, I will call you. I will.
It's fine though.
Hey.
Yeah, it's just sad. And then this mother, they need to throw her up under the jail. Like, she needs to get the death penalty because you knew this man was abusing your daughter and you sat back and allowed it, and you didn't attempt to leave him until you found him sending pictures with a man. Why wasn't him beating your daughter enough for you to leave him?
Exactly. That's the same thing I said. And the fact that you went out of town and left this man with your child. But you know what? I don't understand. Why didn't she leave the child with the original father? I don't understand that. Where was he at doing all this?
Everybody failed this kid because even, she's been hospitalized before with all those injuries. And it's like, why did they send her back? But, I know for a fact because I come from the foster care system and I know how it operates. A lot of times you'll tell your caseworker things and they don't believe you. And I don't know if it's that they don't want to believe you or that the system is just so flawed that they don't have anywhere to place these kids. So anywhere is better than nowhere. So you can't really blame. It's blame to be had, on all accounts. I don't know, and then we're saying, don't let these women have abortions, give it up to the foster care system when the foster care system isn't a good system. Like, none of these systems are working right now. None of it. And so the foster care system, the caseworkers, they are overworked, underpaid, and they can't handle the plethora of children in the system now. And so you want to continue to put children in the system?
So everybody that's watching, add me as a friend on Facebook. So if we do get on the show, I can call you directly. So everybody that's watching, make sure you follow just on Facebook. Look up Donald Washington. I got 3 profiles, all of them on me. I think one of them has already got 5,000 friends, but add the other 2. And send me a message, all of y'all, so I can know who to call and if you want me to call. I also got a Google number if you want to call in. I don't know. I used it just a few times. Anyway, make sure you guys subscribe to Tanya's channel. Tanya, tell them about your channel.
So my channel, I talk about educating regarding finances when it comes to banking, credit. I talk about depression. I talk about growing up in a toxic family. So if you are interested in any of those topics, those are the things that I discuss on my channel. I also discuss topics like this, like how Black women are continually setting themselves up for failure by having all these kids that they don't want, can't provide for.
I did spell your name right?
It's T-A-I.
Jesus Christ. You think I know how to spell at this point, right?
Yeah, T-A-I-D-A.
You know what? I think anyway. All right, I got you. You know what? I'm horrible with names. Anyway, Donna, what's up?
I'm happy that activist stepped down from advocating for her, because no one needs to be on that mother's side right now. She needs to be up under the jail.
You know what? He dismissed her a few days ago, saying he knew she wasn't being truthful. So I'm glad he did that, and I'm glad that he got to the bottom of this. Sometimes the police can't get as far as they think they can, and somebody else outside. And it was essential to get this girl found, because you gotta get this young girl buried, and you gotta get some closure to the family. And I'm glad that they did. Donna, do you want to weigh in?
I'm right here. I'm so sorry, dear. I'm right here listening. I was just sitting here trying to watch your screen on the other thing. Yeah. Basically, what I just have to say is, and I'm going to say it again, I know I done said it a million times, CPS, what are they doing? You know what I mean? This shouldn't happen. Shouldn't have happened to this little girl. Shouldn't have. They could have stopped this. But I know, like, the other lady, Talia, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I know when you said they have a lot of cases and, you know, they probably getting overwhelmed, well, then they need to quit their job and get themselves another job because we're dealing with children. I don't care about overwork, being overwhelmed. You are dealing with children.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree, but you know, coming from that system, I know how it works because I lived through it. They don't believe the kids. They will never take the kids' word. It don't matter what you tell them. They don't believe the children. They will always side with the adult, especially if it's I lived in one foster home where at any given time there was like 10 or 11 of us there. So that was this lady's income, was to just have foster children. And they wasn't going to listen to us over her because they needed her. They needed her household to place children that didn't have nowhere to go.
So sad.
And when I tell you, we practically did whatever we wanted to do, whenever we wanted to do it. We had no supervision, you know, and that's just how it was.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I want to show you guys.
They don't, you know, there's so many kids that, what are they going to do?
That's terrible. That's terrible. I never knew it was that bad.
Yeah, and I mean, even when I was in the home, like one of the girls got raped. It was like, and I was 14. This was happening when I was like 14. And you know, it's just sad, but this is what happens at most of these homes. So even if CPS do get involved and take the kids away, most times the places where they put these kids aren't no better.
That's so sad. That is really sad. It's horrible.
It's like everyone, you know, fails the kids. The government fails them, Child Protective Services fails them, the parents are failing them, the black community is failing them. And oftentimes, you can't tell me that nobody in their girl family knew that what was going on. See, in the black community, oftentimes we turn the blind eye, or we know that things are going on and we don't say anything because we don't want to snitch or we want to mind our own business. And until we get that mentality out of our heads, a lot of women, they know that their brothers, uncles, they know that the things that they're doing to little girls, and a lot of people just turn a blind eye and don't say anything.
Look how bad this young girl looked. They let this young girl looking like that go home to this mother. Look at this little girl.
I know, I saw that, and then I saw where she had like permanent like brain injuries or something as a result of one of those beatings. And it was like, how wasn't an investigation done? How was she able to return home?
Ain't no way this little girl should have been able to be that is not a fall. They tried to spin it that was a accidental fall. You've got to be kidding me. This little girl got black eyes, both of them, man. Skull cracked. And they're saying...
Yeah, some states are just crazy. Even like here in Hawaii. I was so surprised when I first moved here that they allow parents to be homeless. So they don't take their kids away or anything. They just allow them to be homeless with their kids in the street. And it's normal. They live in, it's so expensive here. The homeless population is ridiculous. And they live in tents with their kids on the sides of the road and nobody does anything.
No way. So, you know, I'm going to continue to cover this case. I want to see, I'm just hoping the mother go to jail. You know, he caught, of course, but that's not good enough. It just really ain't.
Yeah, both of them
I
need
hope
the death
both of them
penalty
go to jail.
because
Every one of them needs to be punished for this, because everyone. And somebody needs to talk to grandma too. But I don't want to say much because I know about the case. I just don't know everything. What the saying goes, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Guilty to proven innocent. But listen to this. What does a man do? So what if a baby daddy, a man, you know, suspect his child is being beaten? Because if he say no, you can't go back with your mother, then he'll go to jail. He'll go to jail if he tried to say something or prevent his daughter to going back to the mother. And so, you know, for men, you gotta go to court, and then it costs so much money. You need $4,000 just to talk to a damn lawyer. You need $250 something just to motion it to court. So many people suspect foul play or something happened and can't do anything about it. You know, like even if the father suspected something, couldn't he have kept the child from going back to the mother? You know, that's something I want to know.
yeah, definitely. I know, and then a lot of men, you know, give up and don't even try to fight because they know that the system is against them, and so they'll just be, you know, like whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people, you see a lot of men giving up because they know that the system is just going to rule against you. I sat in them courtrooms. And watched, and it's so heartbreaking to see people feuding. And this is, you know, mothers and fathers feuding over the kids. And it's so sad to see. I watched, and what hurt me the most is I watched women go in there, and men, but women are like, I don't want him to see his child. The judge is like, why? No reason, I just don't want him to see his child. The judge is like, ma'am, can you give me a reason? Oh, I just don't want him to see his child. I'd be like, oh God, it's just so sad to see us in there fighting like that and using the child as, you know, leverage to get back at someone. It's just sad to see.
Yeah, and we also need to, you know, women need to stop having these babies for child support checks and all of that, because that amount of child support is not enough to cover all of the stress that you're going to go through as a single parent for 18 years and longer than that. So I just, you know,
Okay, anyway, I want you guys, I'm going to follow this case. This is it.
Initially.
Asking their parents, you know, about Malia.
There was so much hope in Houston, and there was so much hope across the country that this was not how this story was going to end.
And you know what? Oh, go ahead.
No, it's if this is Maleah Davis, if this is confirmed that it's Maleah Davis, no matter what, we know that someone's child is dead. Mm-hmm. We know that these remains of a human child. So it's heartbreaking completely. And all belief would be that it is Maleah Davis.
And you know what really got me too is when Jason Miles went out to the daycare and did those interviews with her classmates, you know, and just you could feel the emotion. She's there, you see her name on the bins, and she's missing from the class, and she really was a special girl that brought so much joy to so many people, and that's why she's gotten, like Mayor Sylvester Turner said, you know, on the minds and hearts of everyone.
This was Houston's little girl, and
she was
100% a little girl who deserved a life better than the one she was dealt.
Oh man, just awful.
Anna Stanley wrote in and asked me.
Think about how much pain this little girl went through her short 4 years, being beaten, molested, neglected. It's sad.
It's just sad, and like we got to make better decisions. That's another reason why, you know, I started my YouTube platform, because it's like I just want to see us make better decisions. You getting together with people you don't even know. You know somebody for a week or two, a month, then you pregnant, and then you leaving them with your kids you already have. You don't even know these people.
It's just that sad. Anyway, for you newcomers that came to the chat, make sure you guys like, subscribe. Make sure you guys join Donna's YouTube channel, Donna Just Being Real. Subscribe to hers. She gives relationship advice. Tanya, damn, did I spell your name wrong again?
Yes, it's still spelled
I
wrong.
didn't put that I in there. I didn't even know I took that out. I thought I took it out. Damn. I thought I took that I out. I tried. Oh my God. I knew that. I knew. Gee. I just can't get your damn name right.
I'm definitely gonna tune into Donna's channel to see her content.
Yeah, Donna does some real good content.
I'll be picking yours out too, sis. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, definitely, Donna. Do you want to have anything to say? Leaving this.
No, but rest in peace to Maleah Davis, and
everybody pray.
They say everything happens for a reason, and I'm one that I like to believe that. So we don't know what the reason is, but there was a purpose behind it. And hopefully that woman and that man never see daylight ever again.
Absolutely.
All I have to say, everybody, please pray for this. Just pray for other children as part of the same thing, because there's other girls that's just like this little girl as we speaking right now, or little boys, in a home that's toxic, that's demonic. Parents is just evil and don't care about their children, care about themselves, and it's just sad. It really is. It shouldn't have happened. And whoever did that comment, oh gosh, they said something about people need to report the CPS. Yeah, that needs to be done, because like I said, that whole staff needs to go down. The caseworker, the supervisor, and whoever the supervisor, everybody. Because
the
if they was
hospital
doing their job, it could have, this little girl could have been alive. That's all I have to say. And please, Donald, keep following up on this one. Anything else that comes up, please follow up on this.
I definitely try to keep you guys in tune. I definitely do a follow-up. Now we can bury the young girl. So I'm sure it's going to be a funeral for the young girl. That's got to be so sad. I want some more answers. I'm not satisfied with just what I know now. I want some answers from CPS. Some heads got to roll from that Texas CPS. I'm going to try to look that up and follow up with that, because now that we got Darian Vince on murder charges, now we need to follow up with the mother and CPS and make sure the proper channels. Tanya, you want anything to say before we go?
Donna touched on a good point when she brought up that there's many other children going through this abuse. And I want people to understand, because people always question the youth, like the younger generation now, and why they're so disrespectful and why they're behaving the way they're behaving. And this is why, because they have experienced so much abuse and trauma, and this is the result. So that's what happens when kids go through years and years of abuse and trauma. They grow up to be damaged young adults and terrorize the world.
Exactly. Yes. Young men and young women that go through so much trauma, and young in their life, and this is the result. Anyway, y'all, it's Friday. I'm in the house. That's so sad, but anyway. Let me get going with my day. I got a lot to do tonight, but definitely, y'all, check out Tanya W's page. That's your YouTube right there. Donna Just Being Real. Check out her YouTube. I'm going to be guest on both of their channels. Go ahead. Say what?
I was just saying, everybody have themselves a blessed night, and thank you for putting me on your channel. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So make sure you guys subscribe to both of them. I'm going to be guest of both of their shows. This is my motto here.
How long are you going to cry and blame your oppressor before you get up off your knees and do it your goddamn self?
Yes, that's my motto. Anyway, I want you guys to like, comment, let me know what you think about this video. Peace.